Hey everyone, it's Kellen from RacerX with another race examination. This time we're going back to Tampa in 1992 for a race that is not talked about that much, but could have been a pretty memorable one if some things had transpired maybe a bit differently. First of all, let's take a look at who is battling for the race win in this one here. As we see out front, it is Jeff Matasevich leading early on from Ron Tishner. We got Guy Cooper on the 5, Jeff Stanton on the 2, Jeremy McGrath on the 17, racing just a few select 250 East rounds, and Mike Kudrowski alongside of him on the 3. So a lot of heavy hitters out front and some close battling all the way through at the end of the first lap. Again, we'll take a look at everybody here again. We got McGrath leading the way here from Kudrowski. There's Stanton, Guy Cooper, and then Damon Bradshaw and Jean-Michel Bayle at the back of this group. So everybody's really tight-knit early on. But it's the Florida native Tishner who would take the lead away from Matasevich early in the race as he was trying to pick up his first career Supercross victory from the rest of the field. And you can just see how close everybody is. This is still early in the main event, but this would last for about half the race where not a lot of room between the front runners, everybody running nose to tail, and some great battling all the way throughout the field in this entire main event actually. So the first key moment of the race came when Bradshaw and Stanton, who were battling for the championship, kind of stood each other up in this corner a little bit and allowed a lot of people to get by Stanton. So he remembers that and comes back after Bradshaw. But I wanted to actually talk about, look at the size of these whoops back here in 1992. These guys really struggling with the whoops, and for good reason. These ones are tall, they're pointy, they're slick, and these guys really having a tough time getting through them. Out front, though, Tishner would cough up the lead to fellow Suzuki rider Guy Cooper here at the end of the fourth lap of the race, and that is indeed the same Guy Cooper who was in 6th place just a couple laps ago. Now comes the moment where Stanton exacts his revenge, if that's what you want to call it, on Bradshaw, where he gives him this little nudge off the track and cost Bradshaw a couple more spots after Bradshaw did the same to Stanton just a few laps ago. And I wanted to talk about how gnarly it is that Bradshaw, who could have went around the whoops right here and got on after them, just decides, let me turn back on and hop back in the middle of the whoops. Gnarly stuff here. A couple laps later, Matasevich will cough up 4th place right here as he tucks the front wheel coming into the first turn. Bradshaw, Kudrowski, Bayle, McGrath, and the rest go around him. So that puts Cooper out front, Stanton in 2nd, and Tishner in 3rd as they were trying to pull away from the group out front. But not too far behind them was a battle brewing between Bradshaw, Bayle, and McGrath off the back of them. So everybody having someone to kind of battle with at this point in the race. And this is also the first time we get a glimpse at Jean-Michel Bayle really starting to figure out the whoops as he would make a attempt at a pass for Bradshaw here as he comes down the inside, but Bradshaw reads him like a book, cuts back underneath, and holds the position for the time being. Back out front a couple laps later, we see that Stanton is now trying to eye up a move on Guy Cooper as they're battling for the lead, and this is not even yet to the halfway point of the race as Stanton finds a good line on the left side of the whoops, blitzes him a little bit better, and uses an outside option to make the move on Guy Cooper. But what's happening is that Bradshaw and Bayle have disposed of Tishner, moved up to 3rd and 4th respectively, and they've closed up on this Stanton-Cooper battle for the lead to make it a 4-rider train out front, and just everybody watching what's going on in the lead group as these guys are kind of banging into each other and battling it out for the lead. The race really comes to a head at about the exact halfway point of the race when Bradshaw goes for a 2-in-1 pass for the lead, blocks Stanton. It allows Cooper to cut back underneath, take the lead away from Stanton as Bradshaw's looking for a way around them both. But this is where it really comes into a crux. As you can see, Jean-Michel Bayle coming down the right side of the whoops decides it is time to just go to the front. First, he uses a really nice line down the inside to make the pass on Bradshaw for the lead in the first set of whoops. Then he jumps through the whoops a lot cleaner than Cooper does and makes a pass for 2nd in the 2nd set of whoops. Comes down behind Stanton here in this corner, tucks to the inside before this Supercross triple, and basically just outdrives his teammate to the other side of the stadium and takes the lead. 3 corners, 3 passes, Jean-Michel Bayle out front, and he would pretty much take off with the win after this one, which is why, again, not very well remembered. But there was a little bit of action late in the race as Bradshaw was trying to pass Guy Cooper and gives him the old elbow shove coming out of this corner. But Cooper stands there strong and tall, keeps it on 2 wheels, and keeps it going forward to hold off Bradshaw for the position. Bayle takes the win out front. Stanton would hold off Cooper in the battle for 2nd, which was huge points-wise as Stanton was trying to claw points back on Bradshaw late in the season. But Bayle, the winner at Tampa back in 1992.